Hello and good morning and happy TGIF. And today we are doing our Oracle message for today, Friday the 17th through Sunday the 19th. And for this week, I felt drawn to pull from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And these cards are grouped into sections based on different energies, love, fire, etc., water. And then each section has cards within them discussing different things that are going on within these energies. They're really a deep card, and I really don't normally like them for just a general reading, but I was really drawn to pull these this morning, so that's what we're doing. So anyway, first of all, for those of you who joined me on Tuesday, or rather who signed up for the Tuesday Valentine's Day Heart Chakra Healing event, thank you so much. Oh my God, it was such a wonderful event, and I got a lot of positive feedback from it. So it is definitely something I will be doing again next year for Valentine's Day, and I will be trying to do more events like that. It was really, really powerful, at least from my end as a healer. It was just phenomenal. Anyway, with that being said, welcome. Good morning. I haven't had coffee yet, so I'm sorry if I'm kind of all over the place. For those of you who normally watch the videos, good morning, welcome back. And anyone new to the channel, hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you join us. And I'm going to go over what exactly we're doing here today. As I said, I'm going to draw 3 cards from the Oracle of the Seven Energy deck. And before I get into that, let me go ahead and start shuffling these cards. This morning, I have this beautiful piece of Thompsonite on top of the cards. Isn't that so beautiful? This is a very, very rare crystal. I try not to handle it too much because it is on the softer side, but look how it sparkles. And in person, it's so much prettier. But I was just drawn to pull that this morning. So I'm going to set that there. And while I shuffle, I will talk. So anyway, I'm going to draw 3 cards. You're going to pick one card, either the left, the middle, or the right. And then I will go over each card. At the end, I will do what's called a Reiki Hug. And that's 2 minutes of distance healing that I will send to you. It will be for physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental, whatever you need at this present time. Please remember, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate. And that's okay. If it doesn't, come back Sunday or Monday, rewatch it. And then you might go, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. If during the reading it does resonate, take your right hand, place it over your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim that for myself. All right. Other housekeeping real quick. Don't forget to sign up for Monday's full new moon event. It's a super new moon in Pisces. That is going to be really fun. I wish I was actually taking it, but that's going to be a really good event. So make sure you go ahead and go on yournaturalhealer.com and sign up for that. Also, through the month of February, don't forget, I'm still doing Love Tarot readings. They are at a discounted rate. You can ask up to 3 questions. It will be a 30 to 60-minute reading, and I will send you a video transfer of the reading, and then you can have that for your own purposes. And let's see, other housekeeping. Oh, for my new people or for my returning people, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Please, please, please. You would do me a great favor by subscribing. When you subscribe to us YouTubers, it really does help that algorithm. So anybody that you watch regularly, go ahead, smash that subscribe button. You can turn off notifications. I totally get that. I have mine turned off. I don't want my phone constantly blowing up. But go ahead and subscribe. At the end of the video, give it a thumbs up. And I ask if you leave a comment, just be kind. There's too much negativity in the world. And we really, if you're here, I know I don't have to say this, so I'm not going to say it this morning. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so let's move this beautiful piece of Thompsonite off to the side. And we're going to pull our 3 cards. Again, you're going to pick one. Do not think too much into it. Use your intuition, that third eye. Select a card. All right, so with that being said, we are getting started. These are time stamped, so you will be able to go directly to your card, and then when you're finished with your reading, go to the Reiki Hug. Get your distance healing. Left card, you got Awakening Genius. I know, I'm so sorry about the shadow, but I can't help my light in this room. And you can hear Parker breathing. Well, at least I can, huffing and puffing back there because she wants to go eat. All right, so we got Awakening Genius. This particular card, as I said, we are dealing with the Oracle of the 7 energies. And this one deals with the energy of sound. And sound energy has to deal with communication, creativity, listening, writing, vibrations, ideas, sharing, things of that nature. Kind of think of sound. You ever hear, sound travels and all that. So think in terms of like that. And what this Awakening Genius is saying is that you have something in you that is really creative. Creative expression is what I'm getting. More with the throat chakra. Our throat chakras have to deal with communication and being speaking our own truth, our authentic self. Sorry, that's hard to say this morning. Authentic self. And I think that sometimes you get in your own way with your communication. And it doesn't even necessarily mean talking. Communication comes in many forms. We all know there's verbal and nonverbal communication. But really expressing yourself, and maybe you just take a back seat and you just maybe agree with everything all the time, or there's an outlet that you want to take in expressing yourself and you don't, for whatever reason. But this is saying no. It is starting to wake up and it needs to be dealt with now. Because what's going to happen if you don't release this communication within you, this way to express yourself, it's not only going to affect your third chakra, it can also affect your sacral chakra. And then once our chakras are either spinning too fast or too slow, or they can even get out of alignment, it can manifest in many, many ways, not just spiritually, but it can also manifest physically. And I'm talking more than just like anxiety and things like that. For example, your sacral chakra, if you have issues with your sacral where it's not, the energy is stagnant, or it's too slow moving, or it's too fast, it can present as like lower back pains. Sometimes it can mess up your hormones. It can sacral chakra also is our reproductive organ. So there's lots of things that it can affect in a physical way. It can manifest, and the same thing goes with the throat chakra. Your thyroid, for example, your voice, your actual voice cords, your throat. So if you're having any kinds of physical issues like that in your throat area, or, your back or your reproductive area, and it's just something recent, then maybe you need to take a little deeper look at your creative communication in the ways that you express yourself, and work on doing that better. Because the word genius in Latin means to bring forth. So it is saying it's time to bring forth, this new powerful way of expressing yourself. And by expressing yourself, I don't mean that you're going around screaming at everybody. It could be something as simple as, I don't know, you start a journal and start writing in a journal. Only you know what kind of expression that you need, or that you're even interested in. Just because somebody says, oh, well, you need to be more creative in expressing yourself, and oh, well, I'm not a painter. Well, no, that doesn't necessarily mean to paint. If you paint, wonderful. But I think it's not just creative like that, like artistically. I'm getting really a lot, and it's kind of weird that his throat is hidden in this. So I'm getting that it's more with being your authentic self as far as speaking. That maybe you're not speaking up for yourself, or you have ideas and you don't say your ideas, or maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's as much as you don't really have somebody to talk to about deep feelings, or maybe you're not comfortable with doing that. Then you know what? Start a journal. That's a great way of writing things out about how you feel, and nobody ever has to read them, and it's private, and you know what? You'll feel a lot better after doing so. All right. But I would definitely, sacral chakra, yeah, but definitely I think you got some issues going on with that third chakra. All right. For those of you who picked the middle card, you got the power of purpose. All right. That looks like a cog. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'll bring it up closer so that maybe you can make it out. Some kind of a wheel. But the power of purpose. And the power of purpose is fire energy. And if you know anything about the element of fire, fire has to do with personal power, your willpower, your personal will, your assertiveness, action, vitality. And fire is extreme. I think it can warm us, but it can burn us as well. So I'm seeing extreme emotional states, maybe extreme anger, maybe overjoyous. So just be careful with that, with this card this week. But the power of purpose is more talking about you seeing your place in this world and where you fit in. And maybe that is a cog, because like a cog fits in a certain way and the two cogs join together and turn to make the equipment run. So maybe that's what that is. But this is definitely about your place in the world. And like I said, when it's dealing with the personal power and your willpower, that's your solar plexus. And I'm getting that a lot of this has to do with self-esteem. And that, I think that you've spent, I would say probably most of your life up to this point, really trying to be what others want, being a people pleaser. Oh, well, they're this way, so I need to be that way, or they expect me to be like this, and you're not being your true self. And I think that it has to do with, maybe you're a little bit of self-conscious for whatever reason. But you know what? To heck with them. To heck with what people think about you. This is something actually, and I don't mean to turn it to me, but this is something that I've really struggled with all my life, is worrying about what other people felt about me, because my mother did not ever really make me feel like I was not worthy, but basically that I was beneath everybody else, that everybody else was so much better than me. And you know what? They're not. And if they think they are, they can go pack sand. And you know what? Again, I'm really trying to get out of that. And I think that maybe, and the reason I'm telling you is that maybe this is helping you too. If you would have told me a year ago that I'd be on YouTube and teaching videos or teaching courses on Udemy and this, that, and the other, I would have told you you're crazy. First of all, I hate my picture taken. I've always hated it taken, let alone being on video. And here I am doing it. And you know what? I don't care, you know? And I think the same thing with you. You need to realize that you're unique. Nobody else is you. Celebrate that. That is wonderful. Why do you want to be like somebody else? Why? That job's already taken. You are such an amazing human being. And if you sit down and you reflect on yourself a little bit, you're going to realize how freaking awesome you are. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody by saying freaking, but my goodness, you are. You're amazing. Take some time out and, start journaling or just even take a sheet of paper and write down all the positive things in your life, all the things that you've done that are outstanding. I mean, my gosh, you've made it this far in life. That's wonderful. You need to release that old conditioning because all this crap about, that you're not good enough or, you need to be like everybody else is garbage. You need to let that go. Stop being self-conscious. I'm going to tell you right now, if you start and keep removing the things that are blocking your authentic self, your purpose in life, your happiness, your really true happiness is going to be right there. And I mean, we're all happy when we say, oh, I'm happy, my family's my happy place. Of course it is. But I am talking ultimate happiness is within you. And when you find that ultimate happiness within you, it is like a pebble in the water. It ripples. But as I said, you are fantastic. Get out of that mindset. You are loved. The universe loves you. Your family, your friends, co-workers, every people in the spiritual community love you because you're you. And this world would not be what it is without you. So please start working on that solar plexus. And if you need help with it, please reach out to me. We can do some Reiki. We can talk about some different types of therapy, holistic therapy that you can do to strengthen your solar plexus, to give you that personal will. And there's a difference between ego and not being self-conscious and having good self-esteem. There is a difference. So please, 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 the universe is telling you, you got to let it go. Get rid of that old conditioning. Celebrate yourself because you're awesome. That's just a wonderful card. You are awesome. All right. So I say all right a lot, I noticed. So I apologize about that. My husband, he'll sit there and go, you say too much. I don't notice the a lot. I notice the, well, all right. Be like Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. I say I can't do it right. Anyway, there we go. If you pick the right card, you got Healing the Heart. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there. But of the Oracle of the Seven Energies, the energy that this has to deal with, obviously, is love. And love is all about compassion, love, community, forgiveness, unconditional acceptance, inner peace, wholeness. All of that falls under love. I don't know how to say it, but other than say it, you've got some deep emotional wounds going on. And it could be something recent, like a breakup, or maybe you lost someone of importance to you. And I'm not necessarily saying that someone passed away, maybe, a falling out, or they moved far away and you guys just don't talk anymore. But there's something going on where, that you have some deep emotional wound. And it's time for healing. It's time for making amends with yourself, with others. And when I say make amends with others, I'll give you an example. I was bullied ever since I can remember going to school, clear up in the high school. And I'm not going to name any names, but there was one particular person who bullied me quite often, and I thought they were the greatest thing since sliced bread. But yet, they bullied me, and I still thought they were awesome. And so it left a lot of emotional scars that, I pushed down in my life. And, and I did for the longest time let it bother me. So I've been working a lot on working on my own, healing my heart chakra and really working on letting things go of the past. So what I did is I had a choice. I could either reach out to this person on Facebook, which I'm not friends with, but I know they're on Facebook. Or, you know what? I could just write them a letter. And I have a journal. So in my journal, I wrote them a letter. And I wrote them a letter how I felt back then and how I felt now, and that how I was no longer letting them give me, any bad energy. So that's something you could do too, especially if it is something like a breakup or something like that. But you need to make amends. And so for my example, again, was what I was trying to get to the point of was that I made amends with this person and how they treated me. And no, it's not okay, but you know what? I forgive them. I'm not wasting another minute of my life on that person. They don't matter. And then, like what I just said is that, you kind of got to take responsibility for your part too, because I was a teenager. I was stupid. And right now, if somebody treated me like that, I wouldn't think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. So, I continue to allow myself be abused by this person. And so it still doesn't make what they did right, but I allowed it to happen to me. So I need to take responsibility for that as well. So if you're dealing with something like that, you need to realize your part in it. If it's something more like you've lost a friend, maybe they moved away and you just lost contact, or if you've recently lost a loved one or lost someone important in your life, obviously you're not responsible for that in any way. But I just think it's time that you need to learn to release the pain. And once you release pain, you become reborn from that suffering. Because that's what the pain is. You're causing suffering in your own life. And that's not saying that you can't have memories about someone. Sure, you can have memories. It doesn't matter, what the situation, if it's heartache or grief or what have you. You've always got memories, and you can always take a stroll down memory lane. I'm not saying get rid of the memories, but I'm saying that, work through your emotions, but don't get caught up in them. Don't let them spiral so out of control, because sadness and grief can turn to depression, and then depression can, manifest physically in our bodies into cancers and things like that. So you need to really, really work on that deep healing, work on that heart chakra. Meditate. That's a wonderful thing. Meditate. There are so many ways that you can work on healing your heart chakra. So, like I said, this card is really self-explanatory. I'm not going to sit here and go on about 10 minutes about this. It's time to release past pain, rebuild, rebirth after the suffering, make amends, heal your heart. Heal your heart. And be happy. You are a human here, having a human, or your soul having a human experience. Let's not get stuck just in trauma and suffering. Let's live, okay? To do that work. And again, if you need some Reiki, or there's all different ways we can work on the heart chakra, please reach out. Check out my website. Again, I'm not just trying to sell you things, but I am here to help you. So I do offer lots of healing. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and do our Reiki hug. All right, I'm going to put on pause while I see which bowl I want to use this morning. All right, pulling out one of the bigger ones. We're going to do sacral. I was going to do heart, but I don't know, I just felt called to do sacral. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to adjust this. And yeah, the bowl looks crooked. All right, this is going to be hard to fit in the frame, so you'll have to bear with me. All right, so my friends, go ahead, turn those cell phones on silent for 2 minutes, please. You deserve this. After you've turned them on silent, go ahead and get comfortable. Don't cross your feet unless you're sitting like in a lotus position. Start breathing. In and out, relaxing all the way from your head to your toe. Scanning your body really quickly, making sure you're not tensed up. All that tension is gone. You are relaxed. Feeling that air come in your body. Filling your lungs and letting it go. You can imagine you have roots growing out from underneath you, grounding yourself to Gaia. You are safe here. If at any point during this distance Reiki healing, Reiki hug, if at any point you get monkey mind or a thought pops into your head, just take a deep breath in and then blow it out. Imagine that thought is in a bubble and you're just blowing it right out of your head. You do not have to deal with it for the next 2 minutes. All right, my friends. ahead, start wiggling those fingers and those toes. Take your time opening your eyes. And thank you so much for joining me this week. And I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday for our weekly tarot reading. And guys, please remember, Monday will be the full moon in, yes, I keep forgetting that it's a super full moon. The super full moon in Pisces event. So go on to yournaturalhealer.com to sign up for it. Also, if you need any kind of healing, Reiki, we can do just straight up chakra balancing. We will determine whatever your needs are. We can do it for you. Or I should say, I can do it for you. I can help you. So check out my website. There's more than just tarot readings. There's, like I said, distance Reiki. There's, I think it's 5-day Reiki with crystal grids and tarot. Just check it out if you're interested. Also, don't forget, if you do or would be interested in a personal love reading, they are discounted for the month of February. There are limited, I'm only doing 10 readings. There are some slots left, and you can ask up to 3 questions. It will be 30 to 60 minutes, and you will receive a video transfer file of your reading so that you can watch it in the leisure of your own home. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Your Natural Healer, and Instagram, which I'm still learning to use, but I could use followers. I think I have 3, your.natural.healer. So with that being said, everybody have a fantastic weekend. I hope it is filled with love and light and lots of laughter, and just have a spectacular weekend. And with that being said, go live your best lives, but do it the natural way. Namaste, my friends.